Hi, my name is Irene Jiang, and this is my graduation project. It is a mock website of a board game cafe called Rockdale Cafe, where you can buy food and play board games at the cafe, or organize tabletop events to play with your friends and things like that. So this is the front page of the website. My site is styled with Tailwind CSS. I have some effects here for the 3 pictures that link to different parts of my site. I used React Router to link all of my pages here. So there's some information about the restaurant, location, hours, contact, a little snippet about the restaurant, some pictures, and there's also a sign-up component where people can create an account to track events they want to go to or what groups they are playing in for games. The footer and the header are also populated by React Router, so I don't have to remake them every time I have a new page. There's also a nice little effect where the nav bar adjusts when you scroll down the page and then readjusts when you go all the way to the top. So in my event page, I have these 2 pages here, the featured post and a new in the shop. These are populated based on the JSON file. If you have something you want to display that is new in the shop, it will populate here. Same thing with the featured posts if you want to post an important thing on top. The rest of the events are created using something called React pagination. So I have like a file and it has all this data of all the events that I have created. And if there's like 20 or 30 events, it'll organize them like this by 4s, and it'll just increase the amount of pages you can go through to look through them. This way, when people go on the site, they don't have to scroll all the way down and down and down to find other things that they're looking for. And then in each of these event pages, they get created by React Router. So each one is a unique page, and they have little features like you can go back to the event page. This tells you more information about what's happening, and any other related events will be displayed on the right. And you can click on them and they show up in order of when they were posted. So the most current event will be on top. So this one's for dining events, and then like if you go to like dance lessons or something, it will populate those specific type of events. I also have a menu, and there is a filter feature that I created. So here are all the foods that are available at the restaurant. There's a breakfast filter, so you can see what's available for breakfast, and then there's one for lunch and one for dinner. And then all of my pages are also responsive, so there is a mobile version and there is a web version. So for example, these adjust based on what size of website you have, like for your monitor screen, but they're also responsive like mobile voice. So I have mobile versions for each of my pages. I also have this little nav bar that I created that is also created with Link Router. So I have my events page, and then these also work too. You can click in here. Probably should adjust the margins here a bit. And then I have my menu. My menu's images go away, but the filter still stays if you want to look at that. So basically my website's responsive for mobile and desktop. So my favorite feature is probably the shop. The shop took a bit. One of the hardest things to do was actually maintaining the state when I moved through pages. So board games you can purchase, you can add them here using the little add to cart button, and then you can use these buttons to increase what you want or decrease what board games you want. And then it populates this little cart button up here. So it's like reactive. So if you have items in here, it'll count how many items you got. And then I used a use context to figure out how to make the states stay within all my pages, so the website remembers what kind of stuff you've purchased. And then let's look at some of the code. So this is my app.js part of the code. You can see here that I used use context. I was going to use Redux, but I thought it was too big of a thing to use when I have only one thing I need to keep state of. Well, for now, right? And then there's my routes here to track all the pages that I have. One of the things I want to figure out in the future is my registration. So I plan on finishing my account creation, but I would want to install the backend first before I do that. So right here is my login forms, and then I need to find a way to make validation for it, which I'm setting up here. And then I would like to create the accounts in the back, and then I need to create a back-end dashboard, which is all like a whole other thing. But for now I have all of my front end stuff done and ready to go, so this will be the next part of my next stage of the project. So yeah, thanks for looking at my project.